Welcome back. We are doing round 2 of the 2019 SJPorr challenge. Tonight I have a sweet stout from ID number 19A-RD2-V61. It is 5.6% alcohol. Admittedly, I don't know that much about sweet stouts. I haven't brewed one. I don't drink many of them. And I was even just looking up on the BJCP guidelines and I couldn't really find any info. So, admittedly, I'll go into this without a whole lot of context, but I'm hoping it's going to be an enjoyable beer. I'm kind of jumping through these video reviews relatively fast and then focusing most of my time and attention on the scorecard itself. So let's jump into this. Give it an initial impression. Sounded well carbonated. Filled pretty high, close to the brim. Depending on how sweet it is, I felt like Angry Chair glass was appropriate. Looks like the carbonation is decently high. I'm backing off on my pour here. Started it a little strong, but so there we go. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know if it was bottle conditioned or keg conditioned, but I'm going to leave the last little bit in the bottom. And no one knows it's running. And itching. So it's a really nice looking beer. It's got a nice toffee caramel brown head on it. Some relatively tightly packed bubbles with a couple larger bubbles, but it's the head is sticking around. And I'll be right back. All right, not sure why my nose decided to start running on me. So yeah, really nice looking, pretty pitch black, almost to the edges, hints of brown to the edge. Looks like it's decently carbonated. It's got a really clean, dark malt profile to the nose. I'm getting some good chocolate notes. Get some chocolate notes, coffee notes, more toasted malt character than necessarily roast. That's just to say it's a little bit on the lighter end of the roast profile. Oh, but it smells really nice. You can get kind of a hint of a sweetness in the nose. Maybe a hint of vanilla is probably what's kind of bringing some of that sweetness to the aroma. All right, here we go. Let's jump in. First impression, it is a good beer. To me, it's a bit too highly carbonated. I'll look forward to, as I sit with this for a while, let it breathe a little bit as I'm scoring. I'm excited to see how the flavor profiles change a little bit, because if I'm being honest, it's a little highly carbonated for a stout, in my opinion. It's a tad prickly on the tongue. But the flavors is on point for sure. You get a lot of caramel from this. A lot of caramel and toffee. Oh, that dog. A lot of caramel, toffee. There is a hint of sweetness. And I guess it is pretty sweet for a stout. It's not a sickly sweet though. It's not like really stick or coat your mouth sweet, but it does have a hint of sweetness on the palate. I'll be back. So what was I saying? It has a lovely taste to it. I get a hint of like oak and just a hint of like bourbon flavor too. And I think that's probably going to come out more and more as it warms. Even just in the couple of minutes that I've had this sitting out, it's evolved a little bit. Some of that carbonation is burning off a little bit. And I'm getting some of the darker undertones to it. Like I said, there's a hint of barrel character there, and maybe just a hint of a whiskey character, but that could be playing with some of the vanilla notes a little bit. There's a little bit of tannin in here, which I think is really nice. It brings kind of a structure to it. The mouthfeel is on point. It's not thin, but it's not huge and kind of coating either, especially at 5.5%, 5.6. It's got impressive body. I'm really digging it. And I'm liking it more and more as it's warming up, losing some carb. Yeah, this is an outstanding beer. Again, I don't have a whole lot of context on what a sweet stout is supposed to be, but I can tell you that if I were to buy this in the store or order it off a tap list, I'd be very happy. It's a well made beer. Fermentation profile is on point. It's really nice and clean, and it gets out of the way. It allows the malt bill to really shine, and some of those kind of layered toffee, coffee, chocolate, caramel, and then ends kind of with that little hint of bourbon vanilla to it. It's pretty complex for what it is. So cheers to the brewer. Well done beer. I'm gonna jump off, go score this thing. Sorry for the multiple breaks I had to take. This is 19A-RD2-V61, a sweet stout at 5.6% ABV. Hope you guys are doing well. Cheers. I'm going to go enjoy this and score it up. We'll see you next time.